Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the zoo. The minion with me this evening is Tier.
What up?
And as it is a Friday, I'm the keeper for this evening, Sanguine. How are you doing tonight, Tier?
I'm hot as balls, sweaty, fucking heat wave, but I'm good.
Yep. And this is why I have two ACs running in my apartment right now.
I have a fan, but I don't want to fucking get my fat ass up and move it to the front window, to my room.
Oh, and speaking of heat wave, that just reminded me. Did you see the French bitching and moaning?
Is it a day ending with Y?
So there was the Paris politician. I can't remember what his role was in Paris, but it was one of the politicians in Paris claimed that the U.S. was directly responsible for the heat wave that has killed French people.
Sanguine. I wish I could show you my face because I would love to be responsible for after what they did to my Fuhrer.
God damn it, dear.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It just I'm still raw about that shit, man. My Fuhrer brought them peace and liberation, and they
God damn it.
sorry. He let me experiment on them, and I treated them with such love and care as I removed limbs and sanguine. I really did care for them. I treated them like they were my own children. Sorry, just
But yeah, they
a little angry.
tried to blame the U.S. for their heat wave because the U.S. has air conditioning.
Do they not understand that's not how any of this shit works?
No, it's not. Especially since there have been studies saying that AC can cause some problems. Do you know what the problems were?
What?
It was entirely related to, or rather, it was almost entirely related to the energy generation used. So if you use dirty energy, then the power used for your AC is dirty. Kind of makes sense. If you're defining the energy source as dirty, then the energy that came from the energy source is going to be dirty.
Fair enough.
Do you know the interesting thing about France when it comes to Europe?
What?
Do you know its energy generation method?
I do believe they use nuclear.
Yeah, they have a shit ton of nuclear. So if they actually had AC, it wouldn't be dirty.
But you gotta remember something, Sanguine. The French are a savage, backwards people. I hear they eat babies. Just savagery.
We do have a handful of good ones, like we have Samael.
But see, that's so few. Like,
At the very least, the Parisians are definitely the way that you're describing them.
I do believe. Like I've seen them eat babies. They eat snails. Like savages. Ugh. They eat frog legs. Like what do you that savage?
Hey, frog legs are actually delicious. Snails are also pretty good, but you have to get them right.
But can't they eat a real food like a fish or something? Just ugh.
You have to remember
Backwards
when
people.
you're on with me, Tier, I will eat pretty much anything at least once, as long as it doesn't kill me.
I forget you have a cast iron stomach.
I will consume every animal that won't kill me.
That's right, people. If Sanguine comes at you hungry, prepare for a battle.
As I said, if I hunger, you have no choice in the matter.
Yo, Rodden.
There on now goes. And yeah, there's. That just reminded me of something. There's the one woman that has become an absolute fucking meme because she is flipping shit and crying over people being pro nuclear power.
Ooh.
And she's acting like this is a death sentence, and they're saying we need to irradiate babies for the reactor.
What?
I'm use that as a ridiculous statement. She's saying it as if that's what they're saying, though, because she is just sobbing about how people are in favor of building a nuclear reactor in the area, and won't someone think of what they're doing? Oh my god, I can't believe you fucking fuck. And it's just,
Look,
what the fuck is wrong with this woman?
I make the weird joke about me and the French. It's a joke. I don't want the French people destroyed. I think nuclear is a powerful alternative to our current system. It will provide a lot more energy, and it's clean. And granted, it takes a while to get up and running. It's a 10-year process. Like, and that's just the construction.
Mm-hmm.
But once everything's there, the energy will flow freely.
Oh, the best thing about nuclear power in recent time, to my
Hmm.
mind, is, have you heard about uranium leaching?
No.
So, uranium is the sticking point when it comes to nuclear power most of the time, because you have
Hmm.
to mine it up, and it takes a lot of energy, a lot of effort to get the shiny radioactive rock out of the ground, right?
Hmm. Yes.
There's also a very, very, very small amount of uranium that is dissolved in all ocean water.
Okay.
We've developed a way that we can take that very tiny amount of uranium dissolved in all ocean water and pull it out of ocean water.
So now, not only can we can essentially just recycle the water back into the ocean. We can just constantly cycle.
Yeah, and do you know what's even better? Do you know
What?
how that small amount of uranium got into the water?
Life itself.
Small cracks in the ocean floor that lead to uranium veins. And these are ridiculously plentiful. So, what happens is we can leach it out of the water and get uranium to run a power plant, and the water can go back into the water. And then, because the concentration of uranium has decreased in the water is able to leach uranium out of the small cracks in the uranium veins and
So in other words, we're
pull it into the
recycling the
water.
same water.
So we can pull the water out, we can leach the uranium out of it, we can use it to run a power plant, dump the water back in, it leaches more uranium out, we can pull the water, leach the uranium, put the water back, leaches more, pull, leach. And it's just this cycle
Constant
of it
cycle.
pulling more of the uranium out of these veins. And the veins are insanely plentiful. So it is, if I remember when I saw the math done, functionally the amount of uranium that we could leach out of the ocean would power the Earth at like 50 to 60 plus the energy output that we currently have until
And
the sun exploded, and then we reset it back to this moment and it let it explode again, and we reset it back to this moment and let it explode again.
I mean, I would assume it would do that because again, we can't get to those veins, and all we're doing is siphoning it off. We're
Yep,
again,
all it
same
is
with
leaching it out of the water in the ocean. Does no damage to the ocean.
mhm.
Does requires no mining. We get more power out of it than it takes to leach.
Again, it is insane. It is stupid.
It is an absolutely amazing discovery. That's really fucking cool.
And we should be doing this. We should be
Yep.
working. And you know why they don't do this shit? It's because they once they have a system like this in place, it would kill a lot of other industries.
Well, it wouldn't kill the industries. What it would do is it would kill the political will behind some of these industries.
Well, you're right. My bad.
So once you get it so that the U.S. is running entirely on a nuclear grid, let's say.
Lobby
Now,
groups can't. Oh, we need clean energy. How clean do you fucking want it?
yeah. Now, the clean energy lobby, they don't really have a leg to stand on because already clean energy. You still have people that would want solar panels because I've said this before, where solar and wind excel and where I wish we would focus them is what I call the democratization of energy generation. Mm-hmm. What I mean by this is solar panels and wind generators are really good when you're able to tailor them to the specific area that they're trying to go.
Mm-hmm.
So they become really good if you are selecting the right wind turbine for your home. If you're selecting the right solar panels for your home. And then you just run those and you get power, reducing the amount of power that needs to come from the grid. Also increasing the reliability because now in order for you to lose power, it has to be that you lost grid access, you lost your solar, and you lost your wind turbine.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do smaller wind turbines when they're properly tailored to the environment that generate more energy in aggregate than they would in the wind farm. Because the wind farm, it has to effectively go for a generalist turbine rather than a specific turbine in order to make it so that it can actually be scaled properly. But if you're talking a consumer market, then people will tailor it properly. So you'd still get people that would want solar. And absolutely, I'm in favor of solar. I just don't want to go just for solar when we've had a power source.
We should diversify the grid.
Decades that is more reliable, requires a smaller footprint, and is as safe or safer than the renewables.
I agree. We should diversify the grid. We should be using. We should have a combination of things. I don't see why we don't have more hydroelectric dams.
Because think of the fish. I'm not even joking. That is the reason why. There's a large number of green movements that are campaigning to get dams that we have currently, hydroelectric dams, that are currently functioning without any fucking issue. Current dams deactivated.
Look, I'm at this point in my life cycle where I'm gonna say, what the fuck do you want? Like, no. Seriously, you all right. You don't want this. We can't fucking use oil because it pollutes the environment. You know, okay, the land's fucking sacred. Okay, whatever. All right, let's try this one. How about hydroelectric? Oh, it killed the fish. Well, look, something's got to fucking give. You don't want nuclear. You don't want oil. What the fuck do you want at this point?
It's not even it kills the fish. It's that it would interrupt some elements of fish migration.
And they will just adapt. Or how about this? We create rivers and streams all the fucking time. We've been doing that since the fucking Dark Ages, rerouting rivers and creating tributaries. We've done that before. Let's start
Mhm.
doing that shit again. Except for this time, we can do it on a much larger and faster scale because we have high tech fucking tools.
Yep.
Oh, this river forks here, but we need to go down far enough so it'll hit our little our dam.
Pipeline.
Okay, let's just split it here and get it. It'll run fast enough. The fish can have that side of the fucking river. We won't even touch it. Oh well, some fish get trapped in it. Oh well, that's the fish that fucking get trapped. Guess he's not. Those fish aren't having fucking kids, or they'll fucking start having kids in this river.
But yeah, it is infuriating because, like I said, there are green groups that are campaigning against hydroelectric generation. Not just campaigning against new hydroelectric, but campaigning to have old hydro dams discontinued and broken down.
At this point, Sanguine, I'm just gonna say this one, and I'm gonna mean it. Fuck off. Look,
Yep.
you. I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. So I'm gonna be damned the way I want to be. Like at this point, I can't make you happy, and I'm not gonna fucking. I'm not gonna rack my brain and try. You're just gonna have to fucking accept it. I'm the one with the fucking power here. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's maddening because the ways that work the best, hydro is extremely reliable. Geothermal, extremely reliable. Nuclear, good God, that is an absolute stud when it comes to energy generation. We have methods that are fantastic. They keep on going for the ones that have very specific terms of when, where, and how much they can generate. And then they'll absolutely bullshit people. So I saw this a little bit ago where someone put out an infographic about how much energy is lost by different types of energy generation. So it was the total energy that various types of power could produce versus how much we're actually able to capture. So it would be like 20% for coal because a lot of the energy from coal just goes into heat energy and we aren't able to 100% capture the heat energy. We can use the heat energy to boil water to turn a turbine. So we
But
get
still energy ran off.
like 10 to 20% of energy from that. And they went through all of them. And they lied about nuclear entirely because they said nuclear was 10%. The old nuclear plants were 15 to 20%. New nuclear plants are 50%. Next gen nuclear plants can go up to like 60 to 70%, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
So, ridiculous gain in energy. But not only did they lie when it came to nuclear in the infographic, they also then said for the renewables it was 100%. When solar's about 20, and then if you're going to the really high grade stuff, you get into like 40. Wind, if it is properly tailored, you get into the mid 30s. And hydro is the stud. Hydro gets like 50 to 60 something percent. But they said 100% for those because they didn't calculate all the possible energy. They calculated only the energy that was conducted into the line, which, yes, of the energy that they generate 100% of the energy. That's true of every fucking thing on Earth. of the energy that thing generates as electrical energy, 100% of the energy that it generates as electrical energy is generated by it. That's that's just a definition.
Mm-hmm.
But they tried to pull out as if that was the real stats and this is information that everyone should know. When no, it's fucking lying. And it's lying to shit on actually viable methods of energy generation. Like I said, solar, wind, they have their place to my mind. That place is the democratization of energy generation. You do
Mm-hmm.
those small scale. You want to have a home that generates its power? Solar and wind. Absolutely. 100%. Go for that. Because those are reliable enough for your purpose. Also, they are safe enough to have you run without me having to worry. I'm not exactly keen on someone trying to run a nuclear reactor from their backyard.
Okay.
Call me a bit paranoid, but that's a bit extreme. Solar and wind, absolutely. So that's where solar and wind really come in clutch. But large scale,
Mm-hmm.
nuclear.
And that's what we can have. And again, like the investment is more time, but once it's up and running, everything's good. Everything's kosher.
And the thing is that, yeah, it's more time, but the bulk of that time is red tape.
Yeah.
The bulk of the more money is red tape.
That's the fucking fucked up and sad part.
And it's been that way since, I know I've ranted about this before, fuck Jimmy Carter.
Yeah. And again, like the whole issue, I believe it's the fear of a nuclear meltdown causing another fucking Chernobyl. But like people said, like we're 50, 20, 30 years from Chernobyl.
Well, the thing is that you have Chernobyl. That is a nuclear disaster. Yep, it meets the definition of nuclear disaster. It is a nuclear disaster that was entirely made by the Soviet way of doing things.
Oh shit, we are 40 years because it was in 86. It was literally a month and a few days after I was born.
Yep.
It was in April 26th of 86. It's been 40 fucking years. I'm pretty sure our technology has advanced to the point where we could see all this shit coming a mile away. And
Well,
Hiroshima.
the thing when it came to Chernobyl was entirely made by the Soviet method of doing things. Because the Soviet method was, if you're the one who points out that there's a problem,
You're the problem.
you're the problem. You aren't rewarded for that. You don't get raises for that. What you get is you get punishment. And if the problem's really big, your punishment becomes larger and larger. Rather than it being something that the larger the problem, the more you're rewarded. Whereas in America, that's not how we ran our nuclear plants. We had one incident that people point to as, well, this was America's Chernobyl. 3 Mile Island released 3 transatlantic flights worth of radiation in a single fart from one of the stacks. It was solved before anyone realized that there was a problem, which is exactly what you want to have happen. You want it to be that if there's a problem with your nuclear reactor, it is fixed before anyone even realizes that there was a problem to begin with. And that's what happened. It got solved by a redundant system. Then the engineers went, hey, one of the redundant systems triggered at some point.
All right, so let's. I just looked up the current. All right, 3 Mile Island happened in '79,
Yep.
and then Chernobyl happened in '86. Right.
Yep.
I also looked. I looked up the population of Chernobyl as it stands currently, and it says less than 50, 150, not 1,000, just 150.
Yep.
Looking at the current population of let's say it's Londonderry Township that 3 Mile Island happened, right? Granted, they're going down, but it's only like less than five. It's 4,899. Less than 5,000, but still a lot higher than fucking 150.
And when it comes to what happened, like I said, it was something went wrong, redundant system kicked in. Redundant system solved the problem. Engineers noticed, hey, a redundant system kicked in at some point, we don't know when. Let's take down the reactor and figure out what happened. And then they figured out what happened and they brought the reactor back up. But for a little bit, they were going, okay, one of our systems tripped. We don't know why. We need to figure out what's going on.
Because how many nuclear power plants are in America?
Because that radio message in the facility was able to be picked up by someone outside of the facility. And that person outside the facility freaked out because they just heard the nuclear power plant is freaking out that a redundant system just flipped and they don't know why. Started freaking out, and that became news.
Sanguine, I got something interesting to point out here.
Okay.
In the U.S., granted, this is from Wikipedia, so take it with a grain of salt. In the U.S., nuclear power is provided by 94 commercial reactors and a net capacity of 97 gigawatts.
Yep.
And in 2019, they produced a total of 809.41 terawatt hours of fucking electricity.
Yep.
Now, if you know what a gigabyte and a hard drive and shit like that is, a gigawatt is a lot.
Yep.
A terawatt is a whole fucking lot of gigawatts.
Yep. But because we had an issue that wasn't an issue, it should have been sold as what it was, a triumph of American design for power plants, because we had a power plant that had an issue. That issue was solved before anyone even noticed that there was an issue, because we built redundant systems that are really fucking good redundant systems. Then, after it was noticed that, hey, redundant system kicked in, we did what you want nuclear power plants to do, which is, why did that kick in? Let's figure that out. Let's pull this down and get to the bottom of it so that we can get the problem that caused it to kick in the first place to be permanently addressed. And then they did that. And again, the radiation leak was 3 transatlantic flights. It was fuck all. And then Chernobyl happened, because you said Chernobyl happened in 86.
Yep.
So Chernobyl happens, and people freak out about nuclear again, because this is actually what could happen if our redundant systems weren't good. And rather than going, oh, okay, so we have a good system, we did things correctly, it resulted in nothing. People started going, well, 3 Mile Island was almost Chernobyl. 3 Mile Island was nothing like Chernobyl. 3 Mile Island was what we want. Chernobyl was a unmitigated disaster. And it was an unmitigated disaster because everyone that knew something was going wrong didn't want to be the person to say something was going wrong. And that continued until it went so fucking wrong, no one could hide it.
Again, it is insane, and they want to. Man. They don't know what the fuck they want. They seriously don't know what the fuck they want.
I'm more worried that they do.
I'm talking about the idiot,
That-
not the one legislating, the useful idiot.
True. The useful idiot doesn't know what they're going for. They just know that they've been told nuclear power is dangerous.
Nuclear power bad, so must bitch that bad.
They've heard it's dangerous. They've heard it's expensive. They've heard all kinds of shit like that. Oh, the other major nuclear disaster that everyone points to is Fukushima.
But Fukushima wasn't that
Hit by an
cognitive
earthquake,
errors?
hit by a fucking
Tidal wave?
tsunami.
Yeah, tsunami about it.
So, hit by an earthquake, hit by a tsunami, one reactor in the compound had a leak.
Yo, Jen,
There
and
were-
happy 4th to you too.
0 deaths from the actual reactor portion.
Mm-hmm.
There were 4 or 5 people in the facility that were crushed to death by, again, hit by a tsunami. And then
And didn't one of the people that died in the fucking the tsunami stayed because they wanted to make sure that the news got out instead of evacuating?
I can't remember the story of each of the people, but that might have been one of them. I know
Yeah,
that
I
there
rem-
was also the part that pisses me off is when you see the stats for the death toll of the Fukushima disaster.
Mm-hmm.
It has it as 1,000-something deaths. Do you know why?
Why?
It was every death from the city and the evacuation of the city.
But it wasn't the direct again, earthquake and fucking tidal tsunami.
Earthquake and tsunami causes a fair bit of death and destruction.
It was a
People
comedy of
were
errors.
evacuated, and because there was a nuclear power plant in the area, it's counted as a nuclear disaster.
It's sort of like COVID deaths. I mean the COOF deaths. Died with it and died of it became died because of COVID.
Yep.
The guy got decapitated by a fucking motorcycle. Motorcycle accident. But he had COVID in his system, so it was COVID death. That's not the that I'm pretty sure it wasn't the COVID that caused them to die. Just saying.
Yeah,
I
that
could be
shit
wrong.
happened with that. And it's infuriating because no, that shouldn't be counted as a death due to the nuclear incident.
Mm-hmm.
In order to have a death due to nuclear incident, you want to count people that probably got cancer due to exposure to radiation? Okay, I'll give you them. But really, it should be the people that had their body get fucked over by radiation. Not just, well, they were in the general vicinity when they died.
It is.
It should be people like the scientists that calculated the radiation dose after criticality incident when it came to the Demon's Core. He died of radiation.
Mm-hmm.
That is a nuclear incident death. That is not someone who just died while being near a nuclear incident. And that's what people seem to think when they hear that 1,000 people died during the Fukushima incident, they think, oh my God, 1,000 people were cooked by radiation, when no, it was 1,000 people happened to die during the evacuation of a city after an earthquake and tsunami hit it. And oh yeah, there was a nuclear power plant in the area.
Just in general, it just happened to be in the area.
Yeah.
Again, these people don't care. Like they don't care about the minutia. They don't care about the details. All they fucking know is, oh, X event happened because, yeah. So X event is caused by X event. Fuck all the other surrounding information about it. Just it happened because X. X is the cause. Oh,
it
God.
really seems to boil down a lot to people hear things from, I would say, bad actors. And because it is something that they believe politically, they run with it. So you have, well, the Fukushima incident was a massive nuclear incident. Well, it was a nuclear incident because one of the reactors got breached. But how are you defining massive? It doesn't really work most ways that you would define massive, but people run with it because they want to stump for solar and wind and they don't want nuclear, or they have some other reason they're against nuclear power. So they run with it. Not because it's correct, but because it sounds good for their side. And they're hoping that enough people don't know about it in order to be caught up. In order to think that what they're being told by that person is accurate.
Again.
Okay.
The idiots will be idiots, Sanguine.
Yep. It's kind of like, do you watch Caleb Hammer at all?
Yes, I do.
Did you see the new one not terribly long ago where it was the blue-haired activist?
Oh God, there shit. You talking about the little mousy thing?
Yeah, the mousy blue-haired activist that.
Yeah.
Well, I've talked to people.
Yeah, but you can't support your arguments.
Yep. It's that sort of mentality.
The one that she's an activist and like he was trying to ask her what she does and she went to her whole spiel about being an activist and wanting to help people.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
God, I wanted to punch her throat.
Well, this is why we should have a socialist system, and he's just going like, I didn't want to get into this argument, but
I don't care.
You realize it doesn't work. You realize that system every time fails and fails miserably, and here's all the ways
what about,
that it fails miserably.
Sweden, they're capitalists.
Yep. And it's that sort of personality that ends up being the, well, 3 Mile Island is a nuclear disaster. Fukushima is a nuclear disaster. They don't know what they're talking about.
Again, they don't care. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make an idiot think. Oh, man, it is hot. Sorry.
Not a problem. But yeah,
I just keep having to wipe my face because of all the sweat. And granted, I'm pretty sure I've lost a bit of weight. At least a pound or two.
At least water weight, yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. I mean, I'm not angry at it. Water weight is still still fucking weight.
Well, the problem is water weight comes back on the moment that you become hydrated again. And just staying dehydrated is not a way to go.
Oh God, no! I'm drinking plenty of liquids. But dear God,
But yeah, it's constant, which is why I named the show Never Has Research Been Easier But Rarer. Because there's so many people that they will truly believe something and put no effort into checking it,
mm-hmm.
no effort into seeing, is this thing that I am saying and I am routinely saying and advocating for even remotely accurate to reality?
I think the one thing I love about all of this, the one thing I truly do love about all of this, is the fact that it is usually rich people always advocating. Well, if the system wasn't the system, then everybody would be happy. No, 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 no.
Yep.
You're an idiot.
Well, it's not even always rich people. The people that it most typically is are the children
Yeah,
of
of
rich
rich
people.
people.
Not the rich people who made the money themselves, but the children who didn't make the money. What they had was, when they were growing up, they had all the resources in the world at their disposal.
Mm-hmm.
And then they reached the point where they started to have to do things in order to get resources. And they went, well, this is bullshit. I used to just be given this.
This is hard. I shouldn't have to do this because this is hard.
Yeah, this is bullshit. I used to just be given this. I should still be given this. And mommy and daddy won't give it to me anymore. Well, that means that the government should give it to me.
Oh, the government won't give it to me? Well, then it should be given to me by the government because the government should give it to me. I don't have to work for shit.
Mm-hmm.
I can spend all day long advocating because I'm still getting paid by mommy and daddy who are taking care of me even though I'm like 82. Mommy and daddy still taking care of me, so. Like, people that work, well, I take that back because there are working people that believe in this shit too. But the working people are grifters. Or not grifters. They the ones that want, we're going to see the means of production. Have you looked at the socialist system in the last 20 minutes? The government will seize it right, and the government will fuck shit up. Name me one industry that has prospered with the government at the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll do this one. I'll wait. Like, no system we've known has prospered with the government under control at the helm.
Yeah, the system that has raised the most people out of poverty, the system that has consistently raised the quality of living for the greatest number of people is capitalism.
Yep.
Now, it's possible a better system might be devised at some point. There's going to be certain criteria for that system. That system would have to also represent the positive sum nature of economics. So that eliminates every zero-sum system.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have to be something that is able to more accurately reflect reality. Those are the two major criteria.
Good luck with that.
The problem is, all of the alternative systems that people keep on bringing up, they fail on both of those. Ridiculously so. Because socialism, communism, and fascism, the three major opposing theory, or school, no, yeah, the three major opposing categories of theories, let's phrase it that way. All of them are zero sum. None of them more accurately reflect reality.
It's insane.
And you guys know the difference between positive sum and zero sum, right?
Well, you explained it.
Should I explain it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'll start with negative sum. So, negative sum, that is if every transaction, if every change results in a reduction of whatever you're looking at. So if every time that someone bought something, they would get less than what they gave, and the person giving would give less than what they gave.
Mm-hmm.
So that is everything always sums up to less than zero. A zero sum is every transaction is completely equal value if it, or rather, let me rephrase it. So it is, in order for one person to gain money, another person has to lose money.
Okay.
So it would be, in a transaction, the best that you could hope for is that the transaction has same value for same value, and it's just a trade. Straight trade, no difference in the evaluation from either side. It is, I have a fiver, you have 5 ones, you hand me the 5 ones, I hand you the fiver.
Okay.
There's no difference. But if I were to gain money, the only way that I could gain $1 is if you or some collection of people lost $1. This is how socialists, communists, fascists view the world, because you always hear how people stole their wealth.
They didn't steal it, they earned it.
Yeah. The reason why they think that they stole their wealth is because, to their mind, the only way to gain $1 is for someone else to lose $1. The only way to gain value, the only way to gain wealth is for someone else to lose value, lose wealth. A positive sum system is what capitalism is. So capitalism, one of the main things in capitalism is there's the idea of the subjective theory of value. There's more modern versions, but the subjective theory of value is the easiest to explain. So that is, I make a, what's your favorite baked good, Tier?
A cookie.
Okay, you like cookies. So I make an absolutely phenomenal cookie. It's big, it tastes amazing, and just has perfect cookie qualities.
Okay.
Tier sees me bake this cookie, knows that I've baked several of these cookies, knows that I can bake them at any time that I want. And he asks, hey, Sanguine, how much for the cookie? There's going to be a price where Tier thinks that the cookie is worth more than the money that he will give me, and I'll think that the money's worth more than the cookie that I give Tier. Because I can make cookies whenever I want. As long as I'm able to continue making cookies with the amount that he gave me, I win. Tier can't make those cookies. He wants the cookie. He can make more money. As long as he gets the cookie and it isn't at a price that he's going, no, that isn't, the cookie isn't worth that, he's going to be happy. Because he has a different subjective value of the cookie and the cash than I have of the cookie and the cash. So it's possible for us to come to an agreement on a price where he thinks he's getting the better end of the deal because, oh, that sucker, I got this amazing cookie and it only cost me $3.
And you think I'm a sucker because he spent $3 on a cookie that takes me 20 minutes, takes me like no effort to make.
Yeah, he's a sucker. He gave me $3 for this cookie. With this $3, I can make some more cookies.
I can make 20 more cookies
and I still have money left over after making more cookies. So both of us have the better end of the deal. And that's the ideal when it comes to capitalism. In capitalism, the best deal is a deal where both sides leave the deal going, I got the good end. Because if both sides leave the deal going, I got the good end, then both people will want to do business again.
Yes.
Whereas if I say, in order to get this cookie, you have to pay me $100.
Fuck you, I'm leaving.
Tier's never going to come to buy a cookie from me again. If I say, in order to buy this cookie from me, you need to pay 3 cents, Tier's now always going to try to buy my cookies, but I'm not going to be able to sustain making cookies.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that optimal point where both of us get the best end of the deal. And a lot of people take this even further, and they say that in a capitalist system where you are freely able to enter into a deal, the only deals that you will take are those that are you think that you're going to get the better end of, or you think that it's a completely neutral trade. Because again, going back to the I have a fiver, you have 5 ones. If I go, hey, you mind swapping 5 ones for a fiver? You might think that it's a completely neutral deal and be willing to do it. Or it's possible that you have something that you're going, well, it'd be nice to have a fiver rather than 5 ones. Let's say your wallet's a bit too thick. So you feel like, oh, yeah, I'll trade for a fiver. That's a bit of a deal. It's less money in my wallet. And I might be going, well, that soda machine over there doesn't take $5 bills. So even in that example, where it is completely same value for value, it can still have a subjective value because I can be looking at it going, hey, I can go get a soda with the 5 ones when I can't get a soda with my fiver. And he could be thinking, well, I'm sick and tired of having all these fucking ones.
I can give these ones to you, and I can get a $5 bill, and it'd just be easier. Again, like I said, capitalism isn't perfect. Far from it. It isn't. It'll never be quote unquote perfect. But the problem the leftists have is the system they want will never work. Like
the system that they want just won't not be perfect. It will not be functional.
Like again, like if there's no incentive for me to excel, when you're making the same, if the village fuck up is making the same as the village genius, there's no incentive for the village genius to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like why work hard when the fuck up is making just as we're all making $20. So if I do more work than the fuck up, I'm still only making $20 fucking dollars. So either the fuck up's gotta make less or I gotta work less. Well, the fuck up's not gonna put in the same effort, so I guess I'm working less. God, the commies are gonna kill everybody. They really are. They're just gonna fucking kill all of us.
That does always seem to be one of their goals, given the rate of famines that they are prone to.
Yep. And then I say this now, Sanguine. No, I don't want it to be mistaken. I love my country. I love my homeland. Mm-hmm. My homeland is far from perfect, but it is my homeland. And I would sooner burn the bitch to the ground than let someone come and change the fundamental core of my homeland. Like, I'd rather destroy it than let you fuck it up.
Full-blown death before dishonor?
Yup. There is no other way. That I can't reconcile. I cannot reconcile the concept of allowing godless fucking heathens, commie fucks from within to burn it down. I would rather we not become Rome. Like modern day Rome is not something I would relish. I dread the very thought that it is the enemy from within that is going to destroy us. What was it saying? Rome didn't fall from people out, the barbarians outside, with the fucking traitors that let them in the gate, that let them in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that. Like, if someone's gonna burn Rome, all right, it better be a Roman. And yes, I know my views are extreme, and I'm a bit of a commie. Not a bit of a commie, a bit of a doomsdayer when I say those words. Fuck you.
I do like how commie and doomsday are associated in your mind there.
Because communism, it will be America's doomsday. It will be our death. Like, no matter what we try to say, that's what's going to kill us.
No, we'll beat it again.
What, communism?
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hope so. Like, I don't see too many people joining the fucking front lines to defend America.
That's the thing that is infuriating. There are a large number, but there has been such a consistent effort to propagandize America bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was something that we were warned about decades ago.
Mm-hmm.
That unfortunately people brushed off when we can now tell the fruits of that labor. We can see that they were actually trying to undermine us. We can see that people are still trying to undermine us. Undermine us, rather.
Mm-hmm.
And it's frustrating. Because you see constant bullshit. One of the things that I do really love about the World Cup is the number of people that came to the US
And saw
and
how awesome we are.
have been going, okay, I was told that the US was this way, the US was that way, that the Americans were this, that, and the other. I was fucking lied to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need to find the Twitter account of the guy, the X account of the guy. There's a Japanese guy who is running around America trying American restaurants and fast food places.
And he was talking about, he heard how America's so fucking racist and shit, and like,
No,
honestly,
not that
they're
one.
fucking
There's
welcoming.
not that one. That one's also great, but there's a guy who just has the most unhinged descriptions of American restaurants, and it is hilarious. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's one of them that I saw. Like I said, I need to find this guy again, where he's describing going to, I believe, In-N-Out, and it's his internal monologue of being asked if he would like his burger animal style. And it is just the most unhinged shit, and it is hilarious because, like, at one point he asks, what's the most honorable number of patties? And the server's like, 4 tends to be a lot for most people. I will go 4 then. And he's going into this long thing of like, Is it called animal style because I am eating the animal? Or is it because when you get the animal style, you become the animal?
That is some unhinged shit.
It's absolutely fucking unhinged in the best possible way. It is just someone having fun and talking about his experience, and he clearly enjoys the food that he's having when he's doing these.
Mhm.
But every description is just the most over the top description that you can possibly imagine. So it's like, I would like fries with that. Would you like them animal style too? Even the potato becomes animal.
Oh, God.
It is
And
glorious.
that's more. I wish that was more of a. I wish that was more around. You know, people coming to our country and seeing that we aren't a backwards ass people and we aren't fucking as vicious or as mean. That the everything you see online and whatnot isn't fucking true, and the people that say this shit are the ones that fucking hate us in general, and that we'll never fucking be able to please.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wish we saw more.
And I
Yeah.
think we definitely get glimpses of that with, like I said, the World Cup, where people are doing that, and the rollout of the auto translator.
Yes.
And suddenly there was this massive love fest between Japan and the US, where it was Japanese people talking about their experiences with Americans and Americans talking about their experiences with the Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them are just like, man, you guys can drink. It's fucking awesome. Your guys' food is amazing. I was slightly depressed, and then I had a American neighbor who was apparently from Louisiana. He just invited me over and kept feeding me.
That's what we'll do.
And it was just all these wholesome moments of small encounters that ended up making a difference to people. And that's when the internet's at its best. When it's those small encounters. When I've told you guys the story about my randomly drinking with Japanese salarymen.
Mm-mm.
I haven't told you that one.
No.
So I was in Japan and I was with a group of people. We were traveling about. We get on to, I want to say it was one of the trains, and there's just like four extremely drunk businessmen,
Yeah, okay.
salarymen, just sitting on the train. And they see the first couple of our group walk on, and pretty much everyone in the group was white. They were very obviously not Japanese at the very least, let's phrase it that
Mm-hmm.
way. And they go from looking at their drinks and kind of quietly talking to each other while still, because technically on the trains you're supposed to be fairly quiet. They were
Mm-hmm.
talking quietly to each other, but then they saw us, and that politeness just went away in the most hilarious fashion because they looked up. They started nudging, like the first guy that looked up saw us, started nudging his friend next to him, pointing
Mm-hmm.
at us. It, it went down the chain of the four of them until all of them had seen us. They start filling up their cup that they have with them just to the brim with sake,
Mm-hmm.
and they are trying to get someone's attention, and then I walk on, and they go from looking very excited to they see me and they just go, oh, drink.
Mm.
It's literally just four drunken Japanese businessmen all cheering randomly and seeing a large bearded white guy walk on a train. And they immediately extend the completely full cup of sake that they have. And they're telling me, drink, drink, drink. I'm like, no, I can't. I shouldn't drink. Come on, drink. So I take the cup and I take a polite drink because I'm not going to decline a drink 3 times in a row. That seems a bit fucking rude to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to hand it back, and they very clearly aren't accepting the cup back, and they're going, drink more, drink more. So I just kind of shrug, down it in one, show them that it's empty, hand the cup back, and cheering again. They end up wanting to take me drinking with them.
See, and that's how I bet you that small interaction made their day. That tiny interaction also probably changed if they hopefully they don't seem like they were assholes. You know, probably changed their worldview if they were.
Those guys were quality, funny guys. The only word that they seemed to speak in English was drink, no, and yes.
I mean, there you go.
Also, come. Because when they got to the stop that they were going to go and continue drinking at, they were like, come, drink, come.
Hey, they wanted to go drinking more. Shit, fuck yeah.
Yep. And then there's the random Haitian that I dapped up in the middle of the Tokyo market. Which I have to have told you that one, didn't I?
Nope.
I didn't tell you that one?
No.
Okay. So this is the Moses from the Bible story. You've never heard the Moses from the Bible?
Mm-mm.
Same trip as the drunken Japanese businessmen on the train. So the entire group of us are wandering around in Tokyo. We go into Market Street and just kind of split off and reform after getting things, and then split off and reform. So it was right as we were about to leave that we all kind of grouped up again, and we're heading out of the market. And as we're heading out of the market, I'm 6'1". I'm a big, white, bearded dude. And Japanese people, not exactly the tallest people in the world. I don't think I'm blowing anyone's mind when I say this.
No, they're rather Asians are rather short.
I'm like looking over the top of everyone's head, because even the people in my group, the next tallest one was like 5'10", 5'11". So I'm like looking at their forehead when I look in their direction. But everywhere else, just looking above the crowd, and then a massive, just black guy walks out into the street and is looking around. He sees me looking over the top of everyone's heads. As he's looking over the top of everyone's heads, our eyes meet for a moment, and as I'm walking, because he was in front of us, as I'm walking in that direction, the crowd is kind of splitting around and letting us through. And the massive black guy sees this and just starts laughing. And it was a big, hearty laugh. He then kind of shouts, "Moses from the Bible!" Because everyone's splitting around walking through the crowd. He starts walking towards me as he's yelling that. He gets close enough, extends a hand. Nothing else is said other than that. Just reach out. And it isn't a handshake. We literally dap each other up as we're moving through the middle of a Tokyo market. My friends are confused as fuck because they're looking at me like, do you know him? No. You dapped him up. Yeah? What the
That's what you
fuck
do.
was that?
Apparently, I'm Moses from the fucking Bible.
Exactly. That was my response. I'm Moses from the Bible. And continued on. It was a fun trip. Random shit just kept on happening that entire trip. I had Moses from the Bible. I had the Japanese salarymen. Everywhere I went, people were taking pictures of me. And
Nice.
it was funny because there were the people that asked very timidly if they could take a picture with me. And every time I went, yeah, absolutely. There were the people that would get a group together and then all of them would come over and ask to take a picture with me. And I'd say, sure. I have no clue why they wanted pictures with me. There were people that would kind of stealthily take a picture and I would notice that they were taking a picture and I'd pose and then I'd just see this big smile on their face as they took the picture and then they would thank me and walk off. And then there were school groups.
Oh, Lord.
There was, you know, the big sitting bronze Buddha in Japan?
Yes.
I was there to see that bronze Buddha. So it's an actual historic site that has cool shit to see there. And as I'm waiting for my group, because we had just gone up, seen it, come back, I'm standing off to the side talking to a couple friends. One of them is a redhead. One of them is damn near albino.
Okay.
And like for, I'd say probably about high schoolers or so, come up and ask if they could take a picture. And originally I'm going, oh, they mean with all
Buddha.
of us, because it's big bearded white guy with a red beard. It's a ginger, and it's damn near albino. Yeah, we're probably fairly strange looking. I say, sure. They ask my friends to hold something for them, and then they gather up around me and take a picture. And then the rest of their school group comes over, and it's just a line to take pictures. So I just stand there for a while and taking pictures with all the high schoolers. They form up. They take pictures with me as a group. And right as they get finished, another fucking school group comes up.
God
So
damn,
for a
Sam.
while, I'm just taking pictures with random Japanese high school students because they saw me at the Bronze Buddha.
Damn, Sanguine.
It was such a weird experience. I absolutely fucking love it, though.
Again, cultural exchange. One of these days, I would like to visit Japan, and no, I don't. I don't speak a lick of the language, and
Nor did I.
as much, huh?
Nor did I. I didn't speak any Japanese.
Oh, really? Shit.
Nope. That trip, I did not know a single word, which also led to me ordering something that, according to the person that did speak and read Japanese, was not on the menu, but they gave it to me.
What did you order?
We went to a ramen place, and the part that made this particularly confusing was it was one of those ramen places that's a push-button ramen place. So you go up to a, like, it's a machine that looks kind of like a snack machine or drink machine, but it just has a bunch of buttons on it with text. And you hit the buttons to place your order. It prints out a sticker or a little ticket, and then you go up and place your ticket on the ramen bar, and then the ramen chefs make your food and deliver it.
Oh man, I want to
So
taste that.
my friend who speaks Japanese is the only one in the group that is actually able to read everything on the machine.
Okay.
So they decide, okay, when you want to place your order, come up, I'll help you place your order, and then you go in, and I'll just order last. So they help, and according to them, there was a small size, there was a normal size, and those were the two sizes. And they would take everyone's order, get the ticket, they would go in, and then I went up and I didn't say anything. I just hit buttons at random and took my ticket. My friend was like, "Oh, okay." I went, "Yeah, I'm willing to bet anything's going to be good here. I just want to see what I get." So I go in, pass my ticket over. Everyone or of the group, there were like 6 of us. 4 of them got the regular size, and the regular size is a good like 32 to 40 something ounce bowl of soup. So it's a big.
Okay.
The small is probably like 26 to 30. So not as big, but not a small soup either, right? I get something that is like 60 to almost 80 fluid ounces.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Just this huge fucking bowl that is at least twice as big as the normal bowl that my friends were getting. Then, like, one of them had ordered dumplings. I got dumplings as well in my order. Then I got an additional plate of meat and a plate of fried rice. There was no large on that menu. My friend still swears that there is no large on that menu.
But you
I
created one.
ended up with a large. And it was fantastic. It was amazing ramen. The pork, oh good God, that pork was, yes. It was chashu, really good chashu.
Okay.
And the dumplings were really good.
God damn it! I wish it would stop sliding. My mouse keeps sliding off the goddamn table.
Ah.
Whew. But
And yes, several of the whiskeys that I had while I was in Japan did have an E before the Y, so they were an Irish whiskey. Japanese whiskeys typically do not have an E before the Y because most Japanese whiskeys are based off Scottish whiskeys.
yo frosted, yo Hellcat, and yes, he parted the Yellow Sea.
Yep.
Oh man, and Sang was telling tales of his adventures in the Orient. So they can see, yeah. See, the problem I have that I'm also playing a game, Frosted. So every so often I'll check chat.
But yeah, Japan was fun as hell when I went. I really need to go back. But those cultural exchange moments are always the most fun. And like I said, that's what a lot of people are getting with the World Cup. You have a shit ton of people from various European countries, different parts of Asia, that are now going, this wasn't what I was told America was like. This place is fucking awesome.
Yes, we are awesome. It's okay.
That trip was a good few years ago, Hellcat, so I can't say how much it would be now. I know that when I go back the next time that I go back, I'm also going to end up getting it on the cheap a little bit because I'm not going to have to pay for a place to stay.
Why not?
I have someone there who's going to give me board.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. Well, it's not just adjusting for inflation. It'd be adjusting for inflation, then changing, or it'd be adjusting for inflation on both sides, then having to convert the currency at least once, probably twice, in order to get an accurate amount. But yeah, if we really want to go full adventures in the Orient, I also have my China stories.
You went to China.
Twice.
Only Sanguine can go to China.
I went to China twice.
Like the old saying goes, only Sanguine can go to China. But go ahead, tell me your China stories.
So I'm surprised I haven't told you guys these stories before. Have I told you guys the three sacred pigs of China?
No.
What about be careful about feeding the monks?
No.
Okay, so I'll start off with those two stories. Just give me 1 second, real quick. Need to pull some leaves out of a steamer.
Okay.
Okay, so when I went to China on my trip, part of it, this was my first trip to China. Both these stories are coming from. So my first trip to China, I was young. I was like in between my third and fourth grade years of school. So I go over. My family, of course, was going over. That's how I ended up there. So no need to say why. Just that family came along as well. Or family was going, so I came along as well. So as we were over there, one of the things that we got to do was we got to see a number of important historical and cultural landmarks.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is called the Golden Summit, which is a large temple complex that was at least partially rebuilt. I can't remember whether it was entirely destroyed by the communists or whether it was only partially destroyed by the communists.
Mm-hmm.
But communists did what communists do. They trashed a bunch of shit. And one of the things that was affected, at least partially, was the Golden Summit. As we're going to the Golden Summit, we have a tour guide, and the tour guide is telling us stories. So he goes into a story, and the tour guide had fairly good English for the most part. So
Okay.
when he starts telling the story, we're all ready to hear about this interesting cultural story that he's about to tell. And he starts going into how long ago, before anyone can remember, there was this famous painter. And this famous painter was having trouble with a piece of art. But eventually he had inspiration and he sat down and painted these three gorgeous women.
Mm-hmm.
They were meant to be sisters in the work. And
Okay.
after having sat at the easel for a long, long time, agonizing over the art. He finally finished. He got up, he walked out of the room, went to sleep. The next morning, he comes back into the room, and his canvas is blank.
Okay.
He starts freaking out. He looks around and he sees three women. So he starts chasing after one of the women, going, "Where is my painting? What did you do to my painting?" And she runs away. She runs away. She runs away. And he's giving chase. He's following her as fast as he can, but she's just a little bit faster. But then he kind of leans in a little bit more, puts in a little bit more speed, and he's about to catch up to her when she suddenly transforms.
Into a pig.
And she becomes a pig. She becomes this big, beautiful pig.
I'm not gonna ask how pig can get the qualifier of beautiful.
And the scene is absolutely breathtaking.
Okay.
But the artist remembers that there were more girls. So he runs back and he starts giving chase to the second one. And the second one runs away and runs away and runs away. And he's about to catch up. And right as he's about to catch up, she suddenly transforms as well into another pig.
Okay.
And she's even more breathtaking as a pig than she was, or than her sister was. The artist gasps after looking at the majestic view, but he still has to find out what happened to his art. So he returns to the third sister, and he gives chase, and he chases, and he chases, and he chases, and he's about to catch up, and right as his hand gets her gown, she too suddenly transforms into a pig.
Man, this is a lot of pork.
And this pig is the most beautiful of the three pigs. And it has the most breathtaking scenery.
Mm-hmm.
And on this pig, he decides that he'll spend the rest of his life.
Ew.
And in time, more people find this pig after he is passed. And they too decide to spend their life upon this pig. And eventually it becomes a holy site, as did the other two pigs. And a temple is built upon this pig. And that is the story of how the Golden Summit, one of the three sacred, he said, pigs of China. And it was at this point that we all realized, peak! He means peak!
Peak.
We were confused as to what the fuck these pigs were about.
Yeah.
He was telling the mythological story about how the mountains, the peaks, came to be.
I'm about to say, how could a pig? I mean,
Have gorgeous views and have someone spend their life upon it.
yeah. I'm like, wow. I didn't know we could be doing that with our pigs.
So we realized at that point that he had been saying, or that he had meant to be saying peak the entire time, not pig.
Uh-huh.
God damn it, Frosted. No, it is not just a story about how our Chinese tour guide fucked pigs.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
So that's the story of the three sacred pigs of China that turned out to be the three sacred peaks of China. So,
Yeah.
same tour guide. Later on, after we go up to the Golden Summit and come back down from it, we're all in the bus again, and the tour guide decides to tell us another story. Or rather, this one isn't so much a story as checking in. And he said, I forgot to tell you guys about the dangers of feeding the monks on the mountain.
Feeding the monks on the mountain. Okay.
And we had just been up and down, and we had seen monks going up and down as well, and we had seen the monks at the top of the mountain. I'll add in another bit on that after I tell this story. But we're going, okay, that's a bit strange. But maybe it's a cultural thing. That there are some monks that might have taken like a vow of hunger. So for a period of time, they aren't supposed to eat, and if you feed them, that's very bad. It's rude. Maybe that's what he's going for. And he says, as you were going up and down the mountain, you no doubt saw many monks. And you could hear the monks as you were walking up and down the mountain. And yeah, we could hear the monks chanting, and we could see monks going up and down between different sections. Okay. And if you were lucky, you might have seen the monks move about. Okay, bit of a strange way of saying that, but yeah, we did. And you might have even seen a monk move from tree to tree. What is this?
He's talking about a monkey.
Tiger, hidden dragon bullshit. But it is very important to remember that not all monks are good monks. Some monks are very naughty.
You're talking about the monkeys.
Some monks will steal from you, especially anything in a plastic bag. So it is very important not to tease the monks and not to feed the monks. Yes, he was talking about monkeys the entire time. So we got the 3 sacred pigs, and we got the don't feed the monks of the mountain. But one of the other interesting things that happened back when I was there, when we went up to the Golden Summit. So the Golden Summit had this massive temple complex. This temple complex, really pretty. And it was a functioning Buddhist monastery, effectively.
Okay.
So monks were going about while I was up there. Saw monks, of course, and then...
Did you feed any?
I didn't feed any of the monks. Some of the monks fed me, though.
Okay.
Because there was a little noodle shop up there that was supposedly run by some of the monks.
Okay.
Whether that actually was, no clue. But I got noodles at the top of the mountain. Fuck it. It was fun. So, like I said, I was young. I was with my mom at the time. So I'm talking with my mom, and we see an old man, old monk, in his robes, and a younger monk next to him, just beelining in our direction.
Okay.
So we're standing on kind of a path, and we think, oh, they must be trying to get past. So we move off to the side so that they can continue down the path. And as we move off to the side, they turn, and they're still facing straight at us. Come straight up. And the older monk says something in Mandarin. My mom doesn't speak Mandarin. I don't speak Mandarin. The younger monk translates. And he says that the older monk wants to ask a favor of us. Okay. And we go, okay, what's the favor? And the younger monk translates for the older monk, and then the older monk replies back, and the younger monk translates, he would like to take a picture with you. Okay, yeah, I would want to take a picture with him too. Sure, we can take a picture. Younger monk translates to older monk. Older monk, I shit you not, reaches into the sleeve of his robe, pulls out a fucking camera. It is one of the weirdest fucking scenes that I've ever seen. Just reaches in, pulls out a camera, hands the camera to the young boy. My mom pulls out a camera. She takes a picture of me with the monk. The young boy takes a picture of me with the monk. The monk then grabs the camera from the young boy, motions for the young boy to get a picture with me as well. My mom takes a picture of the two of us. He takes a picture of the two of us. Then the young boy as easily, or young boy goes back towards the older monk. The older monk again says something this time. We were trying to learn Mandarin while we were there. I caught Sheshe, or Sheshani, which is thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And the younger boy translates and ends up saying that the abbot would like to thank you. And this is the point where I realized older monk was the abbot of the monastery.
Nice.
An abbot of a monastery pulled a fucking camera out of the sleeve of his robe. What the fuck was going on?
Nice. Fucking nice. That's what I'm fucking talking
And that trip, again, randomly, everyone wanted to take pictures with me. I don't know what it is about Asia, but when I go to Asia, people want to take pictures with me. So, Chinese is what we describe the people as.
Mm-hmm.
Mandarin is the primary, or is the
language.
It is the official language of the government, and it is the primary, maybe it is the language that has the greatest plurality of people. Then Cantonese is a secondary language, or is another language that is within China. Let me phrase it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So that is Cantonese, might be surprising, is spoken in the cantons.
But really, you don't say.
And it's its own language. But there are, 46 different ethnic groups and 90-something different Chinese languages? Let me quickly double check that.
Price.
Because I remember that it's a ridiculous number of ethnic groups. Sorry, I was slightly off. I said 46, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was off. It is 56 different ethnic groups. And by the way, one of the most hilarious things that I remember when I was going to China the second time was that time it was for a travel course. So I had to look into a topic and write a paper on it.
Mm-hmm.
The topic that I was given was ethnic groups within China. And China has some of the weirdest races about their ethnic groups that you can imagine.
What do you mean?
My favorite was there's a people called the Aizhang.
Okay.
The Aizhang, this was at the time, I don't know if it still exists as it did then, but China had an official government site that went into descriptions of their ethnic minorities.
Okay.
And the official Chinese government site, when talking about the Aizhang, said that the Aizhang are a people with a long tradition of blacksmithing. But unlike you would expect, they're actually rather polite.
Okay.
Are blacksmiths just known to be assholes? What the fuck does that mean?
I want to know that shit too. Like, I didn't know.
Yeah. So there were just slews of strange things like that as I was reading through it, where it was like, this group, renowned woodworkers. Also, interestingly, rather good dancers. Are woodworkers known to not be able to dance? What the fuck is this? It was just really strange. Stereotypes throughout the entire thing.
I knew I loved the Chinese for a reason. They're racist.
And weirdly racist. Not just normal racist, weirdly racist.
I mean, they're not they're not professional racists, you know, but take good, take it bad.
Okay, so there's currently 300 living languages within China. Of those, 284 are indigenous.
Mm-hmm.
And of those, 10 are of the major Chinese language families.
Okay.
So there's a shit ton of them. Every racial minority has at least one language. And most of them have several. Like Mandarin is also known as Hanyu, which is the language of the Han.
Yes.
Cantonese is also a language of the Han. And there's like 4 other Han languages, but the Cantonese is descended from the Yue Chinese spoken language, even though it was a Honic language.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, shit ton of different languages in China. And then there's the things that really should be counted as different languages, but aren't. Like Shanghainese is not recognizable as Mandarin, but Shanghainese is technically Mandarin.
So, in other words, the commies don't want it considered Mandarin.
Well, it is so different that it is almost... You would have to consider it its own language, because a bunch of words don't mean what they mean in Mandarin when you say them in Shanghainese, and there's words that don't exist in Shanghainese or there's words that don't exist in Mandarin that are in Shanghainese.
Okay.
So it is a very different language, but it is considered Mandarin. And it's just very strange. Like, one of the really strange things about Shanghainese, again, considered a type of Mandarin, is it has half as many tones.
Mm-hmm.
So Mandarin has the 4 tones. Technically, there's 5 tones, but one of them is the empty tone, so no one talks about it as a tone, even though the empty tone is a tone. It's just not considered one of the tones. So you have flat tone, which it's a constant tone. So that's ma, flat tone.
Okay.
You have ascending tone, ma. You have descending tone, ma. You have descending rising tone, which is ma. So,
Okay.
4 tones. Shanghainese has 2 tones. Shanghainese also changes really common words, like everyone knows ni hao in Mandarin versus nong ho.
Okay.
Yeah, nong ho is ni hao. And there's a shit ton of ones that are just like, these aren't the same words. Like, if I remember correctly, one of them is the word for you is normally ni in Mandarin, but then they have two versions, and one's like Liang, which means two in Mandarin, and the other one is Nong. So it's a very strange language. It's kind of like considering Boomhauer English.
Okay.
That's how different it is. Where I can kind of, sort of
Vaguely
understand
work.
it, but not really.
It's English enough.
But it's like if, rather than Boomhauer being considered a low-class variant of it, it would be like if New York and Silicon Valley spoke Boomhauer.
Okay.
So it isn't considered a low-class language. It's just that different. It's very strange.
Whew. Sorry about this, my friend.
Not a problem. It is getting
Goddamn.
towards the time that you normally have to tap out.
Yeah, it is. And the heat is fucking killing me. And I want to get back under my fan.
Should we call it an early night then?
Yeah. Sorry about this.
Not a problem. It was fun recounting some of my travel stories.
It was
I
fun
not
listening to
expecting
him.
that, and it was just a random moment that I had the opportunity.
Shit, fun listening to him. I envy you.
Weird shit happens every time I travel someplace.
I'll have to travel with you just to see this weird shit.
Oh yeah. Like I had when I was in Sweden, someone was almost positive that my name was it Herlick?
Herlick?
Because they had a friend who apparently looks just like me. So they thought their friend was being an asshole for a moment. Because they were like, Herlick! And I just kept walking. And they're going, Herlick, I'm over here. Look at me, Herlick. And I just kept walking. What's wrong with you, Herlick? Oh, you aren't Herlick. Sorry.
This is awkward. Well, I'll tell Herlick that there was a guy that looked just like him when I see him. Motherfucker.
Oh, if I go to Africa, there's like a solid 70+% chance I'm gonna bring a pith helm.
A pith helmet?
Yeah.
Dr. Livingstone, I presume?
I have a pith helm on my hat tree.
I want a pith helmet.
I have one.
I hate you. How much does your pith helmet cost?
I don't remember.
Wait,
had it
can
for
you
an
get
age.
can you get a pith helmet off Amazon?
Probably. But yeah, I have a pith helm. I have a good pith helm. It is a well-made pith helm.
Yes, you can get a pith helmet from Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah, I have everything from a pith helm to a coachman to a
A British style pith helmet. That's the one I want.
Yep, that's the one I have. To a bamboo shade. Yeah, I have all kinds of hats on my hat tree.
That's the one I want to walk around like Dr. Livingston, I presume.
I also have what I think might be an East German commissar's hat, but I'm not sure.
Sanguine, you're. It's okay, Sanguine. You can embrace your inner Nazi. I've told you before. I used to work for the Reich. You know my feelings on the French.
But yeah, I have quite the selection of hats.
I would love to acquire me a pith helm.
And what type of bearded man doesn't have a good mustache?
Hell, wear one when you go to Canada and grow a big bushy mustache.
Yeah. I
I like to imagine Sanguine wears his pith helmet when he travels. And here you see the rare Canadian bush weasel. It is in its natural habitat. Sir, can you get the fuck out of my house? Has he tried maid yet? We do not know. Mustache. Smoke a big smoking a big pipe would be a plus. Yes. Mustaches are dangerous. Sadly, I cannot grow a beard. I lack the dwarven follicles to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord blessed me with many things, but He didn't bless me with the ability to grow a nice big bushy beard.
I was really worried there that you were about to go into a full-blown Uncle Ruckus.
Lord have a big heart, but He didn't give me a beard. Why, white Jesus? Why?
No, I was worried that you were going to say something along the lines of, there's only two things that He didn't bless me with.
He didn't give
a beard
and a proper attire. Lord, no, I try. White woman sure got a big heart. She took you out the jail, the jungle, taught you how to read, and that's how you repay her. Doc, that I ain't gonna say that one.
Man, I loved old school Moose and Squirrel. Rocky and Bullwinkle was fantastic.
Yeah. On Moose and on Squirrel.
Yep, Moose and Squirrel. But you said that you want to tap out early tonight, so.
Well, now it's not early. It's pretty much the time we would normally tap out. Parting words. You passionate about Sanguine? Devour him. Don't let Sanguine devour you.
If I hunger, you have no choice in the matter. Like I said, I will consume every animal that won't kill me doing so.
Watch out. He bites.
And I'll leave off with, actually, let me pull that up again because I remember that there were a shit ton of absolutely amazing quotes and got stuck in a rabbit hole yesterday. So I'm going to quickly pull up those quotes so that I can read off at least one of them. And let's see, where did that go? Or let me just pull it up again because I cannot see the page that I left it in. Too many tabs. Too many tabs. Okay. I'll leave off with where are you, son of a bitch? Let's go for this. The sum total of stupid people is somewhere around the population of the planet plus one. And with that, have a good night, all. The zoo is closed.
Bye, guys.
And now I click this, but it takes a couple seconds, so suck it!